I'll record. I'll hit the record button. That was easy.
Okay,
Was easy. Laura, do you want to do you want to do your intro again for the recording? Or should I jump in now?
Jump in. I feel like I'd be like parroting myself.
Okay. So, high level. Let's start with I live in Westchester, New York, the other Chester. So I'm downstate. I'm in Westchester County, so I'm about half an hour north of the city.
You are?
So, yeah.
I thought you were in Western New York.
That's
No,
me.
that's her.
Okay.
That's Laura. So Laura's in Rochester. I am just north of New York City.
Got it.
So in Westchester. Other
Okay.
Chester. Yeah. I'm a team of one. So just me and my business and my plants. I'm a plant mom. A big time, like in the way you love plants, I love plants too. So
It's sort of endemic in my life for sure. It's almost controlling my life in a good way.
To that point, I almost canceled a trip to Rochester to go visit Laura because I had a sick plant that I was contemplating staying home to take care of. To be fair, though, her name is Joy, and she is 38 years old. And so the fact that like she's been around a really long time, she got a little sick. She needed a lot of attention. Anyway, so plant mom. My business focuses on mind, body, spirit connection. So I wear a lot of different hats under this umbrella of soul coaching. Soul coaching is looking at who you want to be at a spiritual soul-based level. What is your higher self craving? How can you align with that vision so that you really work towards your overall life's purpose? And it's a strong belief in unity and everything being interconnected. So everything is treated as one. So I don't look at one thing as being separate from the other. If somebody shows up and they're like, my lower back was hurting today, I'm able to look at like, okay, well, that's where your sacral chakra is. So what's happening in your creative life as well? Like there's different places in which we can take things. Under the umbrella of soul coaching, I am a shamanic energy healer. So what that means, because it's a mouthful and a lot of people don't fully understand that one.
Okay.
It's earth honoring energy healing. So it is believing that nature heals. It is knowing that there is that unity connection, that there is that oneness, and that when you treat one thing, all things are affected. And it's a very spiritual practice. So it's earth honoring, but it's also definitely like deeply rooted in spirituality. And so shamanic energy healing is a good chunk of what I offer, but alongside that, yoga and meditation. So I teach yoga. I have specialties all across the board in lots of different areas, but very specifically, trauma-informed and perinatal health are the two that I've been able to like really hone in on. And I have a passion for Kundalini yoga. That's my personal practice. It's what I love to do, which is a very different kind of practice. It is mind, body, spirit connection through mantra, breath work, and meditation, not just one or the other. It's a combination of the three. And so,
Interesting. Okay.
yeah, it's a very different form of yoga than like inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold, inhale, warrior one, exhale, warrior two. It's a little different, but it's fantastic as far as I'm concerned. Like it has shifted energy in ways that I have not seen other things happen. So I have lots of specialties under that umbrella of, like I said, yoga and meditation, but specifically like those are the trauma informed perinatal. Everything that I do is for women. So my whole business is rooted in female empowerment. It's rooted in matriarchy and matriarchal business model, which is very different than a patriarchal business model where like men run things. And like they are in the masculine ways of like doing and task oriented. And a lot of this is heart based for me. Yes, there's things that happen on the backside of things. There's organization, there's, technology, there's there's definitely the masculine energy present, but it doesn't need to be the first thing that walks in the room for me. And so that is like, if we distill it down to core values here, it's all about women, by women, for women. How can we help women everywhere? What are we doing with ourselves that support other women? How can our businesses support other women? And so that's a little bit about who I am and what I do. And my community is primarily women who are anywhere from like 25 to 50. And typically they land somewhere in that 30s and 40s range, but that's who I'm called to serve, women who are at this stage of life.
Got it. Okay, I'm gonna speak
Oh.
on behalf of Jessie, just because I know Jessie. Jessie and I have a professional relationship, a professional working relationship. She lives here. What's that? In Hector. I met her when I moved to this area blindly, not knowing a soul, about 10 years ago. Jessie's mother has a female-owned business. Jessie has many female-owned businesses. She owns Themis and Thread. Themis and Thread is sewing and fashion business. She owns Hector Handmade, which is an artist commission-based business. It's a retail shop, her own little retail shop, in which she features at least 50 local artists at any given time, anywhere from pottery to painting to, textiles, to glass work. And she also is a beauty counter rep. And her husband's a musician. And she has very powerful feminine mantras. She's just a very powerful and a positive person. The positive is what really inspires me about her, because she's just she's such a, when you meet her, she also empowers you. So with positive energy, she just infuses you with positive energy, saying, you can do this. You're great. You are powerful and smart and beautiful. And she just has no problem saying any of those things. And not only that, but she kind of conveys that just in conversation with her. She's a very positive person. But like we've said, she walks the walk and talks the talk. She's positive inside and out. She just doesn't say go team. She's very truly a positive person. She doesn't have children, but she doesn't have kids. She'll never have kids. She and her husband have chosen not to have children. She's young. I'm 42. She's younger than me. She's not in her 40s yet, but I've seen her over the past 10 years really focus on inner health, inner strength, physical health, through diet, exercise. She's not an exercise fanatic, but she's really trying to show up as her best self. These are words that she's conveyed to me. And so I think that's great. I think that focusing on trying to show up every day as your best self is our goal, right? And we never really achieve it to the best of our ability, but we try every day. So, okay, that's great. We've covered those bases. Let's move on to beyond intro. Okay, the purpose of creating a retreat. This retreat specifically.
Sorry, I want to jump in because you said we could do this.
Yes.
I just, maybe for what it's worth, it's helpful to also share very briefly that Sarah and I, while we run our separate businesses, we have a program series that we offer together in partnership. We've experienced each other's work I've been coached by Sarah. I've supported Sarah. And so we experienced each other from the receiving end and have supported each
Interesting.
other
That's
in our
great.
professional lives, sort of by way of exchange. And then in doing that, kind of discovered, wow, like we're both amazing. We could offer something amazing together.
Cool.
And so that's kind of how we came to you and did the goddess retreats. That's one of the offerings that we offer. So we can share more about that
Very
when and
If you need to go check on that, that's okay.
Oh my gosh, of course.
And as she's doing that, my front door swung open on its own. So give me 2 seconds.
Wow.
Um,
We can share more about it, but just to highlight that,
Yes.
it may become relevant more in the
Okay.
conversation.
Great. Okay, fantastic. Okay, I really want to focus now all of our energy into the purpose of a retreat. Why are we doing this? Why do I have this nagging every day, every time I go for my long hike? I need to do this for other women. I need to do a retreat for other women. I need to do this. You know, and is it a healing retreat, a learning retreat, a wellness retreat? I am bound by my space, Seneca Soul. So certainly it's not going to be a spa retreat. That's not what Seneca Soul is, but it is a space for learning, empowering, creating. And so I Googled quickly women's retreats, and what inspires me about specifically this retreat is I guess being intentional, being creative, and empowering women to achieve their goals, and not letting anyone hold them back from achieving their goals. Anyway, so there was a retreat that really sort of inspired me. It was nowhere around here, but it was a retreat that basically focused on mind, body, and soul connectivity. And so that's why I think we can really put something together that's intentional and helpful. And of course, our goal is to have people come. So let's create something that people are going to want to come to, but not only want to come to, leave stronger, better, happier, more willful. And so I guess setting the intention is what I want to focus on right now. Setting the intention. Let's define this. Is it a healing retreat? Is it a wellness retreat? Is it an entrepreneurial retreat? Let's define this. What ideas do you have? Because I'm a little stuck.
Sounds like a female empowerment retreat to me.
Okay. Now,
Just underneath the umbrella of female empowerment,
okay.
you could have so many things: mind, body, spirit connection. So it could be, female empowerment is wellness as far as I'm concerned for women. So it's a wellness retreat, but it is strongly rooted in empowerment. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Okay. Yeah, I need help defining with the definition, or yeah, the definition, the intention.
Well, just to riff on the word empowerment, for me, it's about holistic wellness. Like, I know myself as a whole, complete human. And it's also about the experience of being uplifted and held by and for other women. So if it's a female empowerment retreat, it's women knowing themselves as whole and complete, and supporting others in having the same.
Got it.
That's what I'm hearing as well, and adding, so not attached.
Okay.
Does that resonate?
I found something, I found the retreat that resonated with me, and it is called Women's Quest for Mind, Body, and Spirit. Choose from one of these breathtaking locations as your backdrop. They're all over the place. Enjoy daily yoga programs for OWN's heart desire process to help discover what truly you want to do. Created by women, for women, these retreats are all about personal growth, transformation, and having fun. That was what spoke to me as I was cruising through like different ideas for retreats. So again, it goes back to personal growth, transformation, having fun, mind, body, and spirit. Women's Quest. Of course, we don't have to steal their names, but that was what of the 13 of the blog that had 13 women's retreats. That was the one that I sort of landed on that really inspired me, because the terminology, the verbiage is I think what we are all capable of and able to help others achieve. Again, it's going back to yoga. I'd like to add meditation, created by women, for women, about personal growth, transformation, and having fun. I mean, that's what I want to do. So I love the term empowerment. I worry that that term is overused.
It
You know what I
totally
mean?
is. It's oversaturated for sure.
Right? Okay. It's such a powerful word, but it sometimes gets drowned in different meanings. So if and when we use that word, we're going to definitely add one or two other words to kind of, I think, help encompass what the retreat will be. I really want to inspire women to. What are your thoughts? Do you have a base of women that are women entrepreneurs, or are they just sort of housewives? What's your base? Because ultimately, all four of us are going to be promoting this, right? And I want a lot of women to be inspired by it. So what's your, by base, I mean demographic? Are they entrepreneurial or not?
I would say for me, many are, not all of them are.
Okay.
Like Sarah's demographic age, my network's very similar, and 30 to 50s-ish. And so are in the childbearing years and dealing with all the ways to be creative with that. Just because I work with moms, that's where a lot of the attention goes. And so many have a job and a side hustle, or are primarily focused on building their business, or are the sole breadwinners and the managers and the owners of things. So yes, and I guess that's the long answer.
Okay. Because it doesn't have to be an entrepreneurial retreat, but I am very impassioned by women entrepreneurs. So again, I don't want to exclude anyone. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to exclude anyone that would find this beneficial, but I just know that when I'm listening to myself, I keep talking about entrepreneurs, even though I don't want to exclude people that are not entrepreneurs, maybe thinking of being an entrepreneur, owning their own business one day. That's my goal. Okay. Mindset is some of the podcasts I've been listening to, at least when I had a phone. Mindset has been really a term that has been, not a term, is really, is what I want to convey to women, because it's so important. It's so important. Pre-kids, pre-husband, man, I thought I was killing it. I thought I was knocking it out of the park. Like, I'm running my own show. I've got so many passive incomes. It's freaking great. That was my mindset. It was a major adjustment to adjust to all of a sudden I've got sharing my home with 4 people, husband and 2 kids. Major adjustment. But through mindset going, I can do this. I can do this. I can adjust myself to make this a positive, not a negative, because it was like, whoa, all of a sudden I'm like, I can't do whatever the heck I want to do anymore. What the heck? You know, being single until I was 36 years old, it was friggin' great. But but the sudden, like, screeching to a halt, going, I guess I can't take off to Costa Rica, can I? Frick. I can't take a women's retreat in Sedona. Frick. But I can create really wonderful business. I can include my children in the business. It can be a positive for everyone. And so mindset, because there's so many obstacles that you can get weighed down by. There's so many reasons to say, I can't do this, but through mindset and intention, you can create, you can hurdle over those hurdles. You can jump right over those hurdles. So mindset is what so many women need, so many people in general, really, but mostly women need to say, I can, all these hurdles, they're coming with me, and I'm dragging them with me, and we're just going to keep pushing forward. So that's, anyway, so mindset is really turning a negative or an obstacle that's sitting in front of you going, I don't think I can get over this. Even if it's depression, which I've never, that was a bad example. But even if it's your mental state saying, I just can't do this today. I think you say, well, this is coming with me. I'm moving forward and this is coming with me. I can't, it's coming with me, and I'm going to learn how to deal with it, for example. So I think that I really want to include mindset in maybe even the title of this. So, you know, I don't know. I don't want to throw too many words in there, but empowering female through intention and mindset, or empowering female. But then goddess is a great word. You know what I mean? Like, you can just really throw a lot underneath the term goddess, for sure. So like your retreats. I should say that I've been to a lot of retreats. I've hosted a lot of retreats. I've never hosted my own retreat. So I know I'm going to make a lot of mistakes along the way. And that's where you guys come in.
And mindset.
You guys are going to make sure I don't screw this up. You guys are going to say, whoa, hold on, this is a bad idea, or whatever. Because you've done this before, and that's friggin' awesome. So I just really want to make sure that we meet people where they're at, no matter what stage in life they're at. Meet people where they're at and help them not move beyond, but just accelerate, I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's a cool word.
Accelerate, yeah. Accelerate yeah, their mindset, really.
I mean, as we
Accelerate their
build
intention.
into it.
Yeah, listen, this is what this is all up to. Today is about throwing out words that sound crazy, maybe don't make any sense at all, but they're out there in the ether and we will somehow make it work.
Yeah.
Okay, so we haven't quite landed on the right wording yet, but that's okay. I do think that we're honing in on the intention of this retreat. Women's retreat focused on intention. Defining your own success is something that really keeps coming back to me.
You know what, Christine, this is so helpful to hear you process through kind of like what this will be. And I think we could probably run with a lot of it and like some back and forth with emails. You know, we could
Okay.
look back at this recording, we could recall, we could talk, you know, and then like just see it all in an email, like written out, and it'll probably just come to life pretty quickly.
Okay, cool. Yes.
That's what it's-
Yeah. There's so many directions this is going to go in. Also, I have a beehive for a brain. All over the place. So
You're not the only one. It's all good.
intention. Drilling down to, you know, exactly what and why. Okay. Let's move on to potential dates, because that's a big one. Do we agree weekends or in the summer weekdays? What are your, what's like, it really can only be a weekend kind of thing? Is it really like, are weekends the necessity for inspiring women to sign up? Probably, right?
I think it depends. If you do it in the middle of the week, or if you chose to do like a week long retreat, I think that is something like where people would take an entire week out of their lives and potentially show up. I think if you were to do like a 3-day retreat, like Tuesday through Thursday, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know who would definitely like carve out time for that. I can speak for myself.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would, like as somebody who would go on retreats, I don't know that I would, but I would be really quick to do like a 3-day or a 4-day weekend, or even a 2-day.
Okay, well, I have some dates. The calendar's pretty wide, the calendar's pretty wide open. My thought was a weekend. August 26, 27 is a weekend. It's the last weekend in August. I could do weekends in September, but I mean, that's pretty much out when it comes to kids with school starting.
That was the weekend we did our retreat last year. That same weekend, the last weekend in August. It was the August 27th, 26th, 27th.
It was?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It was.
The last weekend with like Friday and Monday. No, we didn't have Friday and Monday. We had Friday and Monday behind the scenes.
You and I hung out at Seneca Soul forever, but we had our guests there from Friday night until Sunday.
Until Sunday.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay. So I'm thinking August 26, 27, it's a Friday, Saturday. It's a Friday night, Saturday night. So that gives you, and then leaving Sunday at noon or whatever. That's a weekend. And I think we can cram a lot into a weekend. Staying, because you've both done retreats before, I know that through all of us, we will be able to pretty much occupy all of the space that is, you know, August 26th, arriving 26th and basically leaving 28th. I personally know that I'm really great at big ideas. I'm really great at being creative. I'm really great at speaking. But drilling down to the process and like okay, here's our itinerary. We're going to, between
Mhm.
the 1 p.m. and 2 p.m., we're going to do this. Between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m., we're going to do this. That's where I tend to struggle and also stay on track. So that's, but I've seen you guys in action and I know you're good at it. So I need your help to, once we really hone in on this, to create the actual, we're going to do this at this time, we're going to do this at this time. And,
Yeah.
and make it a successful event that people are really going to walk away from feeling empowered.
And you have a couple of different spaces. So we were working with just the tents, and we weren't, hosting in the Fox Den or anything. We were just using the common space. So if you're thinking about running, parallel sessions, you can have people go to different options, or you can try to curate an experience where people all do the same thing. And depending on that, you can really decide, does it make sense to cram, or do we want to have people choose so that it's like, there's space to.
Okay, because there's 4 of us now. I would love to have everyone sort of, when they arrive, journal their goals for the weekend, or their intentions for the weekend. And then potentially, I think we would be able to see who would better go see Jessie at her expertise, that is fashion through intentional, sustainable fashion. But if you see somebody that's saying, I really want to focus on my intention of my business, my defining my business or whatever, I do think that we could have breakout sessions. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's
because also we have space for that. Because again, Jessie could set up in the Fox Den and do a makeup tutorial and fashion tutorial on presenting yourself in all your glory there. And then like I could, through a series of journaling, kind of be able to help people create really fun, dynamic business concepts that they never even knew existed in their brain. But tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. You know what I mean? Like, and then you have maybe someone who says, I'm really struggling with the division of motherhood and business. And then they come to you.
Yeah.
And then I'm really struggling with the inspiration that I really have within me to have the capacity to create a business. They go to Sarah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, or they could stitch together a program for themselves that considers all of the different offerings and maybe hone in on Sarah's work with one entrepreneurial session, or hone in on Jessie's work with a motherhood focus, or whatever, right?
Yes.
Like it could be like a package. I think I'm like getting heavy with ideas here, because I think that there's so many opportunities, and I'm imagining the gears turning over there in Sarah's mind as well.
Is that good or bad? Because
it's beautiful.
It's because I can be overwhelming. So if I'm weighing you down, I will back off.
Oh, it's heavy, like pregnant heavy, like really rich with life for me.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think that lots more conversations are gonna bring this to life. And I do have to say, I have it 2 o'clock, so I don't want to leave this, but I do
it's
need
2 o'clock.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, same. But let's definitely all circle back again soon and have a conversation about all of this.
Okay.
Because I am consistently bursting with ideas. I have lots of ideas and questions, and we can get that going in email for sure. And like, to be continued.
Yeah, like
exciting.
a part 2 meeting.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Do you think this was a success?
Yes.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Oh yeah. This is great. It's just nice to connect, honestly. and if this retreat
Oh no, we froze.
picks up off the ground in the ways in which, you know, everybody's envisioning it, great. And oh, I do
You're
that
back.
sometimes.
You're back.
So I was just saying, you know, at the very least, the three of us have had a chance to connect, and eventually it will be four. And that's incredible. We've gotten to know each other a little bit more today. And so I'm really grateful that we've had that happen.
Okay,
And
yeah.
now the sky's the limit. We'll just see where we go.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will kind of write a summary too on what we covered and what we hope to continue to cover. Okay, well,
That
thank
would
you
be
so much for
great.
your time. It's 2:00,
Thank
so I
you.
don't want to keep you.
No, this is super, Christine. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll
Great.
talk soon.
Okay, we'll talk soon. Thank you.
All right. You're
Bye.
welcome. Bye.
Be well.